Mars. Sorry, your Saturn return, guys. Your Saturn return and what it means, okay? So Saturn goes directly into the time you were born, approximately 27 to 30 years of age, depending where and when. And this is why the 27 Club's a massive thing. So what Saturn is hard lessons and realistic lessons and where you are in life. That's why you get a lot of Capricorns who are very pessimistic about life and hard workers, because they know that. And when a Capricorn leaves us quite young, it's like, oh no, you could have had so much potential. Anyone could, but with Capricorns, that's what it is. And strong Capricorn placements, basically. So your Saturn return happens, and then it happens again when you're about 60. So it's something you go through maybe 3 times in your lifetime if you're lucky. So why does this happen? What's happening? Why do we have the 27 Club? Right, the 27 Club. So people say this and they're like, I was watching Pete Davidson yesterday and he's like, you can be a drug addict in your 20s, it's still kind of cute, but when you hit your 30s, it's like, not. It's like, sort your shit out, mate. It's not so fun anymore. And it's true, because what is happening is your brain, your amygdala, at 26 years of age, around 25, 26, that's when you have fully developed as an adult. I don't feel like an adult till I was 26, and since then, and since my Saturn return has gone, because I'll be 34 next week, it's hard. It really is. And depending what house it's in and what sign it's in is where it's going to fucking hit you. And so the first house, that's you, that's your physical body. That is how you come across with strangers. Your second house, that could be your resources, your financial situation. Your third house, that could be your neighbours, your community, your close by areas and short distance journeys. Fourth house, that is your family life, your lineage, your home life, and everything to do with home and Cancerian things, motherhood, stuff like that. So you could really be hit with being a mother, maybe go through a postnatal depression. Your fifth house, your pleasure, you might go through where you were pleasure and indulge too much. And I haven't looked into these people's charts yet and their Saturn returns, but they could have had a pleasure things going on. So Amy Winehouse was a Gemini rising, but she had her Mars and Venus in Leo, so that's 2 houses along. So she would have it in a third house. She had very Gemini qualities. She even has that Gemini rising gap in the tooth. A lot of the time that happens. But Whitney Houston's daughter had it too. But okay, then we go to your 6th house. I've got this, and it's a fucker. Daily life, your routine, what you do each day. Gonna fuck you. 7th house. Now this is an interesting one too. Relationships, your public image, your public enemies, your 7th house. Johnny Depp, when he was going through his court case with Amber Heard, he was going through his second Saturn return. So, and he was going through a thing with his ex, partnership. 8th house, that could be other people's money, it could be death, it could be rebirth, so that could be quite a good one, and depending what sign you've got it in. 9th house, it could be higher learning, it could be travel, it could be an expansion of some sort, and depending where you've got Jupiter. 10th house, now that's very Capricorn, that is your public image, like I said in the last video. It could be cool, it could be your reputation, it could be your reputation getting damaged. 11th, that could be your friends, that could be the internet, that could be Aquarius themed energy, I always get confused. Humanitarianism. A 12th house, that could be addiction. It could also be mental health. It could also be your dreams. It could also be isolation, because it was Pisces themes. And then depending what sign you have it in, it's going to affect it more. I've got my Saturn in Capricorn, which is obviously its home sign. So some say that can be a really good thing and what you go through. But I'm telling you, if you're younger than me and you're going through your Saturn return, or you're just before or you're just after, you will literally have I worked something out earlier. I was like, oh my God, I went through when I got with Matt, the one who gave me hard substances, when I met him, it was just about to go through his Saturn return, so I went through his trail of destruction with him for 5 years, but 2.5 years where they were good, and then 2.5 years where they were bad. So, do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? And you'll see it in your own life when I say this. And then, when I get with my partner, who I'm with now, and we've had many ups and downs, he went through my Saturn return with me, and I haven't been the same, and I've found it hard to even be in a fucking relationship. Daily life, don't like people coming in my house. I don't really like many people. I don't really gel. So really, like, look into your Saturn return and think, why are these themes coming up? Where can I change it, and what can I do? And don't be hard on yourself. Like, we all have to go through this. And why do these musicians go through this, or artists, whatever? Because they're going through that time where you become from child to adult, so you come back as a man or woman. So Courtney Love was going through her Saturn return, I think, around the time she first got into a relationship with Kurt Cobain. I know she's not dead. Kurt Cobain had a child, and he didn't want to give up drugs. He just didn't want to give up drugs. And he ended up gone. Amy Winehouse, she did give up drugs. Now, people don't know that. I've read her dad's work, and I don't like it that they say the dad. Can we just accept, as British people, we have repressive parents? Like, it's not good, and it sucks. But that's just the case. Don't blame them. If anyone ever blamed my parents, you can fuck off. And I don't really like both of them in a lot of ways. Where was I? Brian Jones, he'd got sacked from the Rolling Stones. He was trying to do his own thing, ended up drowning. Devil at the Crossroads, man. I don't know what happened to Robert Johnson, but he met the devil at the Crossroads. He couldn't play the guitar. He retuned the guitar. He could play it. So there we go. There's a little bit on the Saturn return.